Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be covering the vessels of the legs. A lot of these are just labeled common iliac artery / vein, just mostly because they run hand in hand with each other, so the names are very similar. So keep that in mind moving forward. But right here we can see that this is our aorta right there. And number one, that is going to be the common iliac artery or vein. Number two is showing that it's coming back towards the sacrum right there, which is the internal iliac artery and vein, while number three is the external iliac artery or vein. Coming underneath that inguinal ligament, which we've talked about a lot to this point, it then turns into your femoral artery and vein. If this is the vein, we're going to see this greater saphenous coming off, and it goes clear down into your toes. We also have this branch, which is that profunda femoris artery or vein. And off of that profunda femoris, we've got this anterior femoral circumflex and posterior femoral circumflex. Coming down the femoral artery or vein, we're going to come through that adductor hiatus, which is number 12. And we'll continue to stay on this anterior side. We'll look at the posterior side here in a second. So as soon as we pass through that adductor hiatus, this is starting to come down, goes through that popliteal fossa, right? Covered that in a video prior to this. And then we've got this branch that comes through. What we're seeing in pink right here is another interosseous membrane. Kind of how we saw it in between the radius and the ulna. This interosseous membrane runs between the tibia and the fibula. Okay, and this vein or artery, what we're looking at, is going to be the anterior tibial artery or vein, which then comes down and forms this dorsalis atus artery. So let's rewind and look right here on the posterior side. This is what we're looking at right here. We have that anterior portion of that femoral artery and vein pass through that adductor hiatus, and then as soon as it does, we see it turn into the popliteal artery and vein. Then, after the popliteal fossa, we see it turn into another name, which is the posterior tibial artery or vein, and the anterior tibial artery and vein, and you can see that's going through the interosseous membrane. If you stay on the posterior tibial artery and vein, it bifurcates and stays the same on one branch, but then it turns into the fibular artery. It's number 9. And comes down, and then here's your calcaneus right here. And then talus, and then that styloid process right there. I guess I shouldn't say styloid process. This is going to be your medial malleolus, is what it's called, or your ankle bone. So this is your medial malleolus. You see right there. This is your lateral malleolus, is the name of it. And then just showing you what we've already covered up here. Here's that profunda brachii. And then the anterior and posterior circumflex goes around the neck of the femur. So that's going to be it for this video. Again, that's the lower extremities, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, I just want to give credit where credit is due. These are the books and the resources I used for the videos. So first we have Essentials of Human Anatomy by Dr. Kurt Walker. We then have Essential Clinical Anatomy by Keith L. Moore and M.R. Auger and Arthur F. Daly. I also used Structure and Function of the Human Body by Mark Nilsson and Jamie Garbett. The last book I have is The Concise Book of Trigger Points by Simon Neil Asher. And then I used the app called Complete Anatomy. As you've seen from the videos, it's amazing. If you can afford it, I suggest it. It's such a useful tool when learning this stuff. So that's it. Have a good day.